Indeed, as you say, a couple of months ago or weeks ago, we were still talking about potential recession, stagflation. All of these are no longer words we are currently using in Europe. So despite the fact, as in other parts of the world economy, growth is slower, still there is growth. We are happy about that. Of course, inflation is still something we are quite worried about, and we are trying to combat in all of our economies. I'm happy to say in Luxembourg we have the lowest inflation rate in Europe. Of course, we have also taken lots of measures, despite being a small and open economy where a lot of the inflation is imported. Our measures that we have taken have had an impact. So I want to be cautiously optimistic despite the weaker growth forecasts, but at least we have growth.
Feels as though 2022, 2023 really were pivotal years for the world, but also for Europe as well. Really highlighted the need to be energy independent. There was a renewed focus on the transition, the green transition, and European leaders took a lot of decisions to that effect to help accelerate the transition. I know that it is a topic that you are very much involved in, and in the past you've called Luxembourg one of the world's green financial centers. So tell us how you think the financial centers of Europe can play a role in helping with this transition.
Indeed, I think our energy dependence on Russia is something we have, as a result of this war now been really confronted with, and in the last year and months we have managed to reduce in Europe our energy dependence on Russia from more than 40% to less than 10%. I think we are about 6% now. In the energy transition, indeed, financial centers have a very important role to play. Luxembourg has worked a lot on this. We think this is our financial center, which is an important financial center, the third most international financial center in the world, has an important role to play. Just to give you one example, the Luxembourg Stock Exchange, also via its green exchange, the first green exchange in the world, lists 40% of global sustainability bonds. So this is just one example really how I think we can make a difference with our financial centers, really focusing on ESG, focusing on a sustainable future. We have a big role to play and we want to play it.
I know you're also playing a very pivotal role in gender finance. So talk us through the types of discussions that you've been having with other finance ministers and the appetite from other countries to go down that route as well.
I think gender is such an important part of a sustainable future. Gender equality, SDG number 5, when we're talking about sustainable development goals, is absolutely fundamental. And I'm really, really happy that last year the IMF has issued its first gender strategy. So it really took until 2022 to have a gender strategy at the IMF, but better late than never. This is so important, because it is absolutely macro-critical. So this is something that we are really focusing on as well. And I mentioned the Luxembourg Stock Exchange before. They are also issuing gender bonds. So this is quite innovative, but it is such an important part of developing a sustainable future. Women make up 50% of the population, and Kristalina Georgieva, the managing director of the IMF, has also put a very heavy emphasis on this. If women are part of the employment, it will make such a big difference also for the economy in all of our economies, including in Luxembourg. In Luxembourg, we are also trying to lead by example. The financial sector, for example, is also still quite male-dominated. So we want to change that. International Women's Day a few months ago, we had the signature of Women in Finance Charter, where many companies signed up to setting their own targets. So I'm sure this will make a difference, and I'm very happy that we can share such best practices also with the rest of the world. It's very important. We have also women finance ministers now that are in leading positions in many countries in the world. Increasingly, not enough, 29 women finance ministers across the world, of which 9 are in the EU. I am one of them, and I think also as women leaders we can make a difference.